Okay, as you can see now on this is the knuckle joint that holds the solar panel on. We designed this part and this part, ours are green of course, and we're now going to assemble them. After we assemble them, I'll show you where to find this this bolt and nut that's associated with it. And I'll also we will design and add to our assembly this dowel pin that we're going to put. Now the dowel pin is the same one that goes right here. It's just we cut it shorter and we use it as an axle, as a hinge pin of sorts right here. So let's get started with this. So what I'm going to do is create a new file, and it's basically going to be an assembly. So we'll go ahead and say SSSC V8, and I'm going to say knuckle joint assembly. Okay, I'm not going to make that a component. Actually, I am. Let's go ahead. No, I'm not. Sorry. So we'll go ahead and open up our parts library, and I'm going to go back to my account. To my folder that has my project in it. So let me go find my solar sprint car. There it is. I'll go to V8, that's one I'm working in, and I'm going to grab the outer ball joint, put it out here. So it's in there. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Now what I'll do is come over here and grab this one, put it over in here. Now notice the first one was anchored on top. Now the second one comes exactly on top of it because we just basically modified that. So I'm going to rotate that, I'll say 180 degrees. Okay. Now that I've got that rotated, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do a joint using my J key. I'll select the center of that hinge pin hole. I'll rotate up here and I'll select this one. Now we're going to have to modify this somewhat, so I'll show you here why. Okay, see how I've got this gap right here? And that gap is intentional because the way 3D printers work, when we 3D print this part, this is going to be a very, very tight squeeze. So I'll just take this joint and now just pull it down to where it's kind of eyeball it between right there and there. So it's good and halfway there. Okay, well, one way you can do it is also measure the joint and subtract and divide it by 2. So anyway, there it is. It's in place right there. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And we may have to come back and put that around the ball joint itself. In fact, let's go ahead and do that now to our assembly. Let's go back and let's go ahead and save this first. Save this. Hit save. And let's go ahead and pre-place that onto our V8 car. So we'll come down and find our V8 frame assembly. There it is. And now what we'll do is we'll just drag this out here and put it on this side as such. Okay, so now it's in there, so let's go ahead and elevate this up. Now I'm going to rotate this around 180 degrees. Okay, and the reason I want it on that side is because it's going to come back to the solar panel support piece of wood that we're actually going to make. I'm just going to pre-place this right here, come up a little bit higher. That looks pretty good, and I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. So now, once I've got that placed, I'm going to go ahead and do a joint on that. Let's go ahead and collapse this for right now. So we'll come over here and do a joint. That's our joint command. And we're going to find the center of this joint right there. If you notice, if I come over here, I'm going to angle this down like this so you can see a little bit better. If I come over here to the center, it's actually going to find that center, but it's going to be the lower part. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go up here to the top part, and there it is. That's what I'm looking for right there in the middle. I'm going to say joint that. Let's find that again. Take that around. It's kind of a tricky area to find it, so I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to find the center of this guy and put that joint right there. So it looks like it moves one over there, but actually it's going to move both of the assembly. So we now have that placed in there. That looks pretty good. I like that. Okay, so we've got that in there. Let's go ahead and save our assembly file. And we're going to hit OK. And now what we're going to do is design that hinge pin that goes right here. So I'm going to rotate this up so I can see this. And I'm going to come over here and measure from this edge right here. I can grab that to this edge right here. You can grab that. Okay, that says 16 millimeters. We'll copy that to our playlist. Excuse me, copy that to our clipboard. And we'll come over here and we will design a hinge pin. So we're going to just do circle by center. First of all, let's save this file. We're going to call this hinge pin. Okay, put that in there like that. All right, go circle by center. We'll go ahead and hit this right here on the top, and we'll draw us a circle from here to there. We're going to say 0.18, whoops, 875, 875, okay, inches. Okay, and so that gives us 4.7625. That's our metric equivalent to 3/16 of an inch. Okay, so we said it was going to be 16. I'm going to actually, the height of this would be 8/16. I'm going to go ahead and make it 18. I'll show you why. Okay, let's hit our A key to get us our texture on there. We'll use our good old trusty 3D maple semi-gloss, and it came in at the right projected angle, which is good. Hit close, and we'll go ahead and set ourselves to our 3D view. Let's go ahead and save that file. Hit save. Open up our parts storage area here, right here. So we got that in there so we can see it. Okay, that's good. We'll go back to our before we go back to, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this collapse that. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna place it actually in this assembly. So I'm going to drag this over here and place it. Now, I said it was 18 millimeters, and the hole from there all the way through the part, all the way through the two clamps, is going to be 16 millimeters. So I'm going to pre-place that right there, and I'm going to hit my J key to join, and I'm going to go grab this guy here, and I'm going to put it right on that. So it puts it right on that actual middle joint, which is not what I wanted. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to see if I can snap to that right there. Is what I want. Okay, so now it's in there. So now you may have to file yours down a little bit, but not to worry. So I'm going to just scoot this up a little bit so I can figure out how high I want to go, which this says 4, which that's obviously not too high. So I'm going to say 1 because I made it 2 millimeters bigger than the actual distance from here to there, which is 16 millimeters. The reason I did that is I use it as a measurement to make sure I'm lined up correctly. So that looks good for right now. Hit OK. Now we'll save this. Oh, first thing we want to do is turn off those joints. Go to Visual Style, Object Visibility, come down here to Joints and turn that off. That looks good. Do a Control S, Tab, Spacebar. Okay, we got it closed. Come back to our assembly over here, and there's a V8 frame assembly. Okay, now as you can tell, we've got our little caution sign up here at the top. So let's rotate that around so we can see it better, and we're going to go ahead and click on that caution because that'll then put us our hinge pin in there. There it is. That looks good. Okay, let's take a break for now and come back to this. Now what we need now is a screw that will fit all the way through here and have a nut on the outside so we can tighten up the knuckle joint around the ball. Let's do a quick measurement here. I'm going to measure from this edge here. I'm going to go around here to basically about right there, and that's going to say 26 millimeters, which is 26 millimeters is a little over an inch. So I'm thinking about a 1.5 to maybe 1 3/8 inch long bolt. Probably 1 3/8 inch would probably be better. So I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to come down here to do an insert, which a lot of people do this. I'll go to McMaster-Carr. McMaster-Carr is awesome. They can provide you plenty of bolts and all kind of cool things in a 3D format. So that way, if I want to do a search, I went ahead and did a search on this earlier, so we don't have to waste a lot of time. But this is a 902 72A 354. So let's do a search on that. It's got an 832 thread, which is very good. So apparently, let's see if it found what it's looking for. Sure enough, there it is. Now it found the file. It's an 832 1 3/8 inch long, and it says it will not take a SolidWorks file. If you download the SolidWorks file, it'll actually take it, but you have to do it from the website. So we'll go ahead and select this. Now typically you're going to have a problem. So if I hit download, that download does not work. So here's what I do. I go ahead and close that out. I've gone ahead and opened up McMaster-Carr's website. Let me see if I can find it here. And there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, and I'm going to do a Control V, and I'm going to put that in there. And it says, this shows me it's an 832 thread, so I already found it for you. And it will come over here, and you will see right here at the bottom, I'm going to scroll up here, you can see it. It says 832 thread, and it's 1 3/8 inches long. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. So again, it's a little over the size that we need, so I think this is going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and select step file. Now if you want to, which would probably be good for your engineering portfolio binder, is to go ahead and say product detail. So there it is on the product detail. You can then select the 2D PDF file, and then you can download or take a picture of that or print that file out and put that in your portfolio binder for your project that you submit to TSA for the Senior Solar Sprint Car. In fact, I would do that. Okay, so we've got that chosen. Now you can also buy these kind of nuts and bolts at Lowe's or Home Depot or a local hardware store. But the 3/8 is a hard one to find. Typically they go from 1 1/4 to 1 1/2. So that's why I kind of like using McMaster-Carr. So let's go ahead and make sure that we download this file. So I'm going to hit download. And if you notice up here, it says it downloaded the file. I'm going to go to my downloads folder and open that up to verify that it's actually there. So let me see if I can find that here real quick. Yeah, I'll go ahead and open this up. See, it downloaded that file that I wanted right there. So that's good. I'll put this back out of the way. Now I'm going to come back to Fusion, and I'm going to go back to Fusion, and I'm going to go ahead and do an open. So I'll come over here to File, Open, and I'm going to go look on my computer in my downloads folder for that file. There it is. So I'll go ahead and open it up. It'll take it a minute or two because it's translating the step file into a Fusion format, the F3D file format. So it's going to go out there and it's going to open up that file. You see the little spinning wheel telling you it's looking for it. So let's give it a second or two, and hopefully it'll come up. Ah, there it is. So the next thing we need to do immediately is to go ahead and make sure that we save this. So we'll save it. That's good. It's going to go in our V8 folder. That's important. And we'll come over here and check that it's saved into our V8 folder. So let me scroll all the way up here at the top, and sure enough, there it is. So let's go back to that knuckle assembly and let's place it into the file. So I'll place it over here, and I'm just going to move it up here out of the way a little bit. Let's go ahead and close this down right there so I can kind of see this. Okay, that looks good. I'll hit the J key to join, and I'll roll up, and I'll just grab this edge right here, and you see it automatically puts the head of it puts the datum right in the center of the screw, and right at the base of the screw as well. I'll come over here to this, and I'll place that in there. Oh, it's going the wrong direction. We'll just flip it the other way. Now if you look closely here, you can see that it did countersink, which is kind of nice. Okay, we rotate this around. That gives us plenty of thread length, so if we want to put in our nut, we can do that, and yes, we do. We'll put in our nut. So we'll come back to this in a moment. Okay, to save time, I went ahead and I found the nut we're going to need. It's an 832 thread. Again, you can get these nuts at Home Depot. I don't think you can get the 1 3/8, but a 1 1/2 would work as well, screw. So I went ahead and opened this up on McMaster-Carr. Let's see what we got here. I found the nut. It's a low strength steel hex nut. It's 8 3/8. It's 832 threads, I meant to say. Now I've already got the step file here, so I'm going to go ahead and download that, and you can see it downloaded that. I'll go to the folder and I'll verify that it actually went into the folder that I wanted, and yes, it did. That's good. I don't have to show you the folder, but it's there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go back to Fusion, and we're going to go ahead and do a file open. Let's go find that nut, do an open, and we'll go to search for my computer, and there's the low strength nut. Now some people say, well, why don't you use a nylon locking nut? Well, you can use a nylon locking nut. It just adds more cost to it, and if you tighten this thing up pretty good, it'll have enough tension on it so that when it's racing the car, it'll be fine. So we've got that nut selected here. Let's go ahead and select this nut, and we'll go ahead and open it. It'll take a minute or hopefully not a minute, but it'll take a few seconds for it to go ahead and open. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this one has a little 1 within parentheses. It means I've already loaded it once. I'll go ahead and hit save, and we'll put it there. So let's go back to that knuckle assembly. Let's go ahead and open up our folder here. It's got our nuts in it, and you can see it's right here. Let me go ahead and hit a refresh and see if it's in there. Yep, there it is. So I'm just going to drag it over here like this, place it in the file, and let me pull it over here a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and join this, accept that, hit the joint command, and I'm just going to come up here and snap to the center of that, and I'm going to come over here and snap to the center of that hole, which is right here, and of course I need to flip that joint, and voila, there it is. So let's hit accept. Let's roll out here. We'll go ahead and close off our parts folder here. So we've got that in there, and let's make sure we save this file. Okay, tab, spacebar, saved. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to that SS8 frame assembly, and let me go ahead and delete this one. I already started deleting the other one. Let me go down here and get rid of that. I'll hit delete, and it's gone. And now what I'm going to do is, you notice up here it says the knuckle joint assembly needs to be updated. You should see the nut and screw already in there. So once this updates, yep, there it is. Okay, we've got our hinge, everything done. That looks really awesome. And when you're racing, you're going to be flipping your switch on your motor there, and you just carry with you a Phillips head screwdriver and just snug that up a little bit, and you'll be ready to go at that right angle that you want to run your car at. Okay, so the next thing we need to design, what is that? Let's go to the SSC7 assembly. The next thing we need to design is this part right here, this brace right here. Let's go find that. There it is right there. I'm going to open that up, take a look at it, and opened up the whole assembly, so which is smart. And I'm going to go ahead and open up this guy right there. So it's a solar panel. What is that called? Let's do a file save as. Can't remember what I called it. Okay, it's a solar panel mid-mount bracket. Yeah, it's mid-mount. So we'll need 2 of those. I'm going to highlight that because I'm going to use that for my new file. I'm going to hit save. Okay. And that's the next part we need to design. So let's stop here for now and go to the next file.